Hey family, hope all is well. Hope everybody's doing well. I just wanted to give you guys some knowledge I learned on 10 hacks that are amazing that you can apply in any situation in real life from 10 amazing successful people. So let's get started. So the first hack is how to become less worried. So one thing first and foremost is our thoughts are very important, and we always have situations that we're focusing on something, or something comes in our thought that's negative, and that's about maybe the past or the future that we can't control, and we get worried and we get stressed about that moment. And one thing to overcome that they talk about is counting 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So when you get a thought in your head, you always distracted by counting 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you always insert it with positive thoughts. So something positive, and it could be anything. Just distract yourself. So that's the first hack. The second hack is setting better goals. So to set better goals, they talk about writing 3 columns, and the first column is your experiences. The second column is growth, and the third column is giving back. So the first column, your experiences. People don't realize that your experiences can come from anything. It doesn't have to always come from money. Spending a lot of money on anything. So for example, having a significant other, getting a babe, getting a kid, and just in the moment of having family time, having anything, just learning. That's an experience. Learning. Another experience is learning from your failures. Doing something and it might not work out, like trying some, like playing outside, or doing some skips, doing some dance moves. You can do any of those things, and that comes from experience. That's experience. this the second column is growth. How to grow. Everybody has a purpose in life, guys. And the way to grow is by trying new things out, and really not becoming stagnant, always progressing to learn. Knowledge is power, but knowledge and action is just invincible. So really, try to grow every day just by learning something new. It can come from any situation, but try to not be scared of failure when you try to grow, because that'll limit you. And then the third thing is giving back. So one thing that people don't realize until they do it is just, for example, like when you buy something for yourself, you like it for the moment, but then you forget about it. But when you give something to someone, or do something for someone, or they get success out of that, it makes you feel better about yourself. Like, you really can't take that place in your heart that just opens up for that feeling. Nobody can replace that giving back. And I definitely experienced that in my life. Do it from your skills that you have. Like, for example, if you're an entrepreneur, give mentorship to kids on how to have, like, overcome failure, how to have less self-doubt, how to financially learn from these situations that you overcame. Give them tips on how to grow, and guidance. And know that life isn't perfect. Everybody makes mistakes to get to success. Everybody fails to get to success. And that's one thing that you should always do, is give back, from any skill you have. Time is precious, and time is key. If you give time and try your best to help someone else out in their need, don't do it just to show off. Do it for the person, just to help them. Have a kind heart, and don't do it for the marketing purpose or anything such like that. Just do it out the kindness of your heart. And the third hack is mastering self-awareness. So the key thing to mastering self-awareness is knowing your story, writing your story, and they mainly talk about that is writing your story, knowing how to write your story. The fourth hack is how to balance your life. That's very important, and you gotta always. They always talk about you gotta always check up on yourself, check up on your purpose, check up on your state of mind and how things are going right now to your future. It might not be success coming right now, but you know success will come later, because you gotta always enjoy the moment, because life is short, guys. You gotta always be happy of what you're doing. If you're not happy at what you're doing, you need to reevaluate your purpose and reevaluate on how to set your time frame, set your goals on what you want to do, because people don't realize, of course, sacrifice, failure, adversity comes with success, and you need to always know that in this moment your sacrifice will lead to success later, will lead to growth for sure, will lead to mastering something, and you got to always enjoy that moment and visualize your future, because when you visualize positivity, you become more motivated. The fifth hack is testing the impossible. They give an example, a very good example that made me think, is learning from the people you hate the most. It's like you really become having more empathy, you really become more of aware, and you look at the positive thought, have a positive thought in that outcome, instead of that hatred towards that person. What did you learn from that person? And that just mind blowing me, and you just, it makes me analyze things better in certain situations and not get frustrated in certain outcomes, and just looking at the positive thoughts of everything. The sixth hack is how to learn something new. One thing that a lot of people do nowadays, in the past too, they talk about, is when people get in a career, they become stagnant, and they don't look, just follow protocols, follow rules, of course, but don't look for ideas to make the company better. Like when we first get into a company, we always ask so many questions because we don't know anything, we don't know much, and we gotta always ask ourselves questions throughout our process of life, and that's how we really grow, and that's how we stay having success, because companies are not going to be successful if they don't have new ideas or new features coming. Like, for example, like the programming language Java or any other programming language, they have features that come, and they have new features like every 6 months or every 4 months, that come up, because if they don't have new features, they're going to get outdated, and something else is going to come new, and they're not going to be useful anymore. And that's the key, man. You got to always inject yourself with new ideas and thinking of new outcomes and new things to try out, to test it out, and maybe you'll come up with something successful. And it just motivates you when you find something new, and just keep growing, and it just limits your being stagnant. So definitely always ask questions, and always seek to learning new things, because that will benefit you in life. The seventh hack is enjoying rejection, guys. Rejection is a tough moment, but you gotta always look at the bright side of things. For example, when you're getting an interview, you're worried about that interview, you're worried about not getting it, but you need to always think that you're gonna learn from this interview. Like, all the questions they're asking you, you're gonna know how to be better, more prepared in those situations, and that's key. You gotta always have the bright side of things, and not dwell on the rejections that you have, because those rejections can lead to something great. Like, when I tell you something great, like, it just can be amazing, because you're gonna be more ready for any situation. You gotta just be open to it, take it in and brush it off, but always take a learning purpose out of it, So the eighth hack is how to come from a comeback. For instance, like an injury. You know, people get injured and then dwell on it and just get sad and don't know how to come back from that, you know. And one thing you gotta always remind yourself is when you fall down, the only thing is getting back up. You know, what's gonna help you by what's gonna benefit you by you dwelling on everything you do just because of your setback that you had on the injury. You gotta always enjoy the process, and when you're coming back from that, you should be motivated. Each little step, each success should be just so motivational because you know what happened in the past when you were down and hurting. Like how much success and how much, when I say success, how much growth you're having in the process of healing. And you need to enjoy every little moment. The 9th hack is how to have better business ideas or come up with business ideas. One thing is writing things down. Things down is the key thing, man. You know, when you write things down, your brain, it triggers your brain tremendously from just listening to it or just talking about it. And you gotta always write the key things that you're good at, the key things that you find unique, the key things that you see that's going on in this world. You know, just you gotta always analyze situations and write it down and just use your skills or what you like to do to go hand in hand with what you might think that the world needs or anything that you think is creative. Just be creative. Just be, you know, one thing that people do is, a lot of successful people do is when they go to sleep, they dream about something and they write it down what they dreamed about, you know. And that's very, you know, you become creative in your dreams, you know. So definitely write everything down, guys. You know, don't ever have doubt in your creativity because, you know, it's just amazing how creative human beings can be. And don't limit yourself, man. The only thing you can do is fail, and fail leads to growth. You know, you got to believe in yourself. That's the key. The 10th hack is how to find happiness. Happiness, man, can come from anything. And people don't realize this. Happiness can come from when you're sick and you feel better the next day. Like, you're more grateful. You human beings are never, a lot of human beings are never realizing the gratitude towards themselves, you know, not having gratitude towards themselves. And that's not good because you got to embrace anything, like having this tea in the morning, you know, that brings you joy. Putting on a nice shirt or getting some fresh air, you know, you got to enjoy the moment, enjoy the environment, enjoy yourself. You know, you got to enjoy everything, man. And little things can be happy. Can intrigue happiness, you know, induce happiness, you know, inject happiness. It can really bring something out of you if you just realize the little things in life that you have. Like just this water that I drink, you know, you don't really enjoy it until you get thirsty, you know, or you're away from it for a while. And that shouldn't always be like that. You should always embrace anything that you have, like having a laptop, you know, having anything, having some little food that you just inject in your body, and it just feels amazing, you know. So I'm gonna revise and give you the 10 hacks that I just talked about. The first hack is limiting worry. The second hack is setting better goals. The third hack is mastering self-awareness. The fourth hack is balancing your life. The fifth hack is testing the impossible. The sixth hack is learning something new. The seventh hack is enjoying rejection. The eighth hack is overcoming a comeback, having a comeback. The ninth hack is creating new business ideas. The 10th hack is finding happiness. So those are the 10 hacks that I've learned, and I hope you guys got something beneficial out of this video, and I hope you guys implement in your life, and it definitely will you will see growth. You will see growth, guys. And God bless you guys. Everybody successful, man. I wish everybody the best and stay safe. God bless. Peace.